Let me tell you a story. A story of old beings far beyond our comprehension. A long, long time ago, there were beings known as the Old Ones. Beings who are above all, gods amongst gods, beings higher than the Eldritch Ones and the usual gods and goddesses you may know. They were a group of thriving individuals, creating and crafting everyone and everything. Unfortunately, soon, war broke out. Fights over morals and ideals would spiral down to bloodshed. The fight having lasted for what felt like forever, yet no time had passed at all. To beings such as these fights continued on and on near endlessly, yet it was already over before it had even begun. But eventually, the fighting faded, leaving nothing left in its wake but a small group. During this time, a group would leave, more interested in continuing to create, using the blood of their fellow fallen. They would create the Blades of Old, or, as you may know them, the Red Knives. These blades were forged and thrown into the Omniverse, descending down further, some even reaching the hands of people like you and I, mortals. Though some were kind and polite, others went mad with their newfound power, and seeking more of it. So, I ask you this. What will you do with yours? So, as some of you have been expecting, or have already known, the Red Knife character event is back. This time with the proper rulings from our last handful of events. The categories you shall be ruled on are your uniqueness, how unique of a take is your Red Knife character, your canonicity, how possible would it be for them to be canon, and how well do they fit into the established lore and story of the Old Ones and the Red Knives, and finally, your visual flair. How stunning is your character? How good are the sprites, the particles, all of it? These will be ranked on a score of 1 to 10 by myself, Nock, and Hibiki, with myself giving 5 bonus points to my personal favorite Red Knife character. These scores will not be public knowledge until the trailer's release date. Alongside this, the deadline to submit a character will be the 29th of February. A couple of the extra rules are as follows. 1. You may not remake someone else's old Red Knife character as your own. For example, if I wanted to make British Police, but considering British Police already exists, I can't do that. That's not my character, it's not my property, so, I gotta come up with a different idea. Maybe, I don't know, the England Police. Yeah, there you go. That's a good example. 2. Any characters made before the event, such as the Nun, will not be accepted. They have to be made during this deadline, or you have to have already known about the event beforehand, like a couple of our participants, because, I've been teasing it for months. So, 3. If you still wish to use your old Red Knife character, you have to remake them specifically for this event. They cannot be just copy-pasted either. They have to be a new take on the character with a new moveset or a new gimmick or something to just make them stand out. And finally, you may work with others on your character, because I know some people prefer to work on their own characters on their own, and some people prefer to work with a group of people on a character, so do what you will, but only one character can be submitted. One last thing to note. Because of issues in the past, and from how much more public this event is, these characters do not have to wait for the deadline to be released out into the public eye. However, the judgment for the characters will be done in DOJO's main server. If it is not submitted there, it will not be up to win our prizes that we have for this event. Our prizes for this event is a sketch of your Red Knife character by Crash, available for all 3 winners in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And specifically for 1st, you may be receiving a music piece of your character as well. This is not being promised, as I'm still working it out with the musicians on the team. I will announce in DOJO's server if this is still going to be the case. If not, I will find a substitute, don't you worry. Now, on to another announcement that's a bit smaller, but still relatively big. DOJO tournaments are coming back very, very soon. Now, just to preface, this isn't an announcement of the date or its roster or anything like that, but it is an announcement saying that I have things planned. It might take a hot minute since some of the prizes include cash, and considering this is not a pay-to-enter tournament, I'm basically handing out free money. The top 3 spots are planned to receive Steam gift cards, in American USD, of course, and if this isn't possible due to regional differences and such for you, then just inform me of what game or software you would like within your prize's price range, and I will purchase it accordingly. The few things we're waiting on is for DOJO's first release to come out in terms of characters for Yomi Hustle, and alongside that, the prizes be fully gathered up for usage, of which I'd say is about halfway there. And with that out of the way, I have one more large announcement I'd like to make.
Yeah, it's me, Elementalist from the hit Yomi, and I'm here to say, DOJO Direct, baby! Yes! Yeah!
Yeah, what they said. In any case, the DOJO Direct is something I felt like making because of things like, obviously, Nintendo Directs, alongside the workshop blueprints for rivals and things of that nature. What this will be is, up to March 31st, I, as well as the rest of the team here at DOJO, will be open to submissions in our server of trailers or projects you're working on, and putting them in one big collaborative video, so the Yomi news is all in one nice little video. On top of that, if Ivy Sly himself would like to submit something, or contact us either, just know we're open to that, as it's meant to be a video for the whole Yomi community, not just modded and not just DOJO. Of course, we'll be throwing in our own announcements as well, but this is intended for the wider Yomi Hustle audience to enjoy. Remember, submission end date is the 31st of March, meaning people have plenty of time to prepare and ready the things that they would like to submit. And don't forget, when submitting them, send them in DOJO's submission channel or else we might miss it. Alongside that, the requirements for the submissions is either a short combo video or trailer or just anything that has some sort of visual stimulation. It can't just be like a, hey, we're releasing our characters soon, which that's fine and dandy, but it's a video. We need video. If we don't have video, then we can't make a video, you know? So do what you will there, and I think that's about it. See ya!